Dani Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, well, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick. Good morning, Frederick. It is Hump Day, April 10th. I'm your host, Dani Gurry. Good Morning Frederick is live in the Everything Frederick and More group on Facebook. It's a private group. If you haven't joined, please do. But we're also on YouTube on the Everything Frederick Live channel. Subscribe to this channel. It's very easy to share from there. Sharing is caring, showing your love and supporting the program and the businesses that are featured. And liking, leaving comments, and sharing costs nothing but just a second or two of your time. So we really appreciate sharing the stream, leaving your comments, and liking to help spread the goodness that is Good Morning Frederick. I really appreciate it. In the show description, I've put the link to join me live on the program. Do we have anyone that might join me today? I would love it. Maybe you just want to share some news. Maybe you just have some input, comments. Hopefully they're nice, but just click the link and you can visit in the green room, and then I'll bring you on to the show because the show is all about you, Frederick. And I would love for you to join me daily, even if you want. We have a packed show today. I talk with the Safe Sane committee from Frederick High School. You'll meet author Sharon Price and get a chance to win 2 free seats to her Spirit Expo one-day retreat on April 21st, and I chat with Javier from TOA Waters and find out what he's been up to. Want to thank the sponsor of this program, Frederick Window Tinting, locally owned, serving Frederick with automotive, commercial, and residential window tint solutions, frederickWindowTinting.com. Weather today, mainly cloudy with a high of 77. Tomorrow, rain and a high of 70. Friday, PM showers, temps dropping to 66. Weekend looking great with mostly sunny skies. On Saturday, high of 67. Get this, Sunday through Wednesday, even though we're looking at partly cloudy skies, our temps are in the 80s. It makes me so happy, actually. I wanted to let you guys know that it looks like 270 southbound is still closed at Urbana. There was a tractor trailer fire. We hope that everyone is okay. It's been closed since about 6:45 this morning. It is still closed. They're rerouting traffic down 355. So for some reason you're heading down the road to DC, Montgomery County, you're going to want to avoid 270 southbound. It's closed at the Urbana exit. So already you're going to want to pick up the 355 area and get your way down there. If you spot someone doing something good, or you know of someone who deserves a little kudos, email us all the details at everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. or text me some information at 888-465-2944. Also, if you see a post on social, you can tag me personally at Dani Gurry, and I'd love to make sure we highlight those people doing great things. We call this segment the Feel Good File. Raising money is difficult at the best of times, no matter what organization you're with. But try raising money at a high school for just the senior class. Really difficult. Safe Sanes happen every year on or around graduation at all of our area high schools. It's an overnight drug and alcohol free party to help keep kids safe. It takes about $15,000 to $18,000 just to keep the ticket price at about $30 to $50 per student. It's tough. I know. I did it for my daughter last year when she was a senior at TJ. But working together is a great thing. I organized a partnership with Frederick High School to do a fundraising bingo, and I'm so happy to hear that TJ and Frederick High are working together again this year. And I chatted with two members of the committee from the Frederick High School Safe and Sane. Getting to be graduation season, and if you don't have a senior or have never had a senior of a high school in Frederick County, you probably aren't aware of all the things that need to happen senior year. But I am here with Brandy and Michelle. They are part of the Frederick High School Safe and Sane Committee. This is the committee that you as a parent should be signing on for the junior year of your student to understand what actually has to happen. But Brandy, why don't you tell everybody what Safe and Sane is and how important we think it is to the kids?
Okay, so Safe and Sane is a after graduation, or for some schools, a before graduation event that gives the kids a very safe space to be able to celebrate in a drug and alcohol free scenario. And what we do is the parents raise the money for the Safe and Sane 100% from the ground up. And we really need the sponsorships from our community and donations for prizes and things of that nature, because the expenses of the venues are quite high, and we want to keep the expenses down for the students. So this is a night where it can be one of the most dangerous nights for kids after graduation. It's known to be one of the biggest accident nights for this age group. So we do these things to provide them with a really fun, safe space so they can enjoy it, have a lot of fun, win some prizes, and make a lot of memories before they all go off on their own way.
Yeah. And Michelle, I know like it's, you know, because it is a senior focused event, a lot of times what happens is the previous year's families graduate out and you're kind of left with this project in your lap without really a lot of advice or handover or, hey, this worked well, that sort of stuff. How are you guys coping with that?
Well, we did start kind of from the ground up. We were lucky enough that the treasurer from last year has a senior next year. So she decided to take on and continue. So she's helping us. So we have a little bit of wisdom of what people did last year and how it worked and how it didn't work. But we really had to start from scratch. Renee, who was not with us, kind of spearheaded the whole thing and said she needed help and who could help take it on. So we did, and each person has sort of brought their expertise to the table. Slowly, we get more and more parents joining, and Brandy's been very great because she's got the expertise of sort of the websites and the marketing and things like that. So at least we have some organization, and now we have a place where we can pass stuff off to the next person because it's all centrally located. So it's just kind of been word of mouth. People have been hearing what we're doing, and they've offered to come and help or use their expertise in it.
Yeah. And so just so the greater Frederick area audience understands, and I have firsthand knowledge, both of my children graduated from TJ High School in the past few years, and TJ and Frederick High in particular, you know, have a lot of mix of socioeconomic crosses, and it's very difficult as a PTA or Safe and Sane committee or any of that to host events that have a very hefty ticket price, because a lot of our students can't afford to go, and you want to try to be as inclusive as possible to everyone. So that is where the fundraising and the donations really comes into play for an event like this, because the ticket price on the event as a whole, can be $15,000-$20,000 just to get the kids in the door and staying overnight and all that good stuff. So I do know it is a heavy lift, and I'm so excited to have learned that TJ High School and Frederick High School are joining together again this year for a bingo, which we did last year, and it was quite successful. So when is your bingo happening, and where is it?
Our bingo is on April 21st, which is a Sunday, and it's being held at Lewistown Volunteer Fire Department, which is a really large fire department hall. And,
Yes.
and it's, the doors open at 11:30 and probably going to close down around 5. First game starts at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a really big, we're going to have auction, raffle. Hopefully we will be doing gift baskets and some other good things. So please come out if you can.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. You had a really good turnout last year from what you told me, Dani.
Yes, it was great. And our hall wasn't nearly as big. And I think you guys have, I think Lewistown has a capacity for like 300 people. That would be amazing, because with 125, we were able to raise somewhere in the neighborhood of, each school got $4,000 each, which was awesome. But so how much are tickets?
They are $25 in advance and $35 at the door.
Nice. Okay. And tell us like where you guys are in the planning of Safe and Sane and your biggest needs at this point. Like if you were to ask the community for one thing right now, what would that be?
Michelle.
I would say sponsorships. Company sponsorships would be great, because that would help. That helps offset the cost, because the cost of us doing the overnight at Urban Air, ours is going to be at Urban Air, and so the cost for that was quite a bit. And in order to keep the ticket prices down, we need as much sponsorships as we can, and then we also are looking for raffle prizes and baskets and things that can be donated that we can give, one, to the kids as door prizes and raffle prizes, and then also for the bingo. And so that's sort of where our biggest expenses and what we're looking for. I don't know if Brandy, if you have something to add to that, but
no, it is sponsorships, because we need the money in order to keep the cost down for the kids. I mean, we have almost 53% that are really in the lower socioeconomic level, and just like TJ. So, we want everyone that can attend to be able to attend. And the more we have, the more that we can have the kids attend, the more prizes we can give them and get them excited to actually come and be a part of this.
Yeah. And I think, one thing too, for local businesses, I don't know, do you guys have sponsorship information on the website as well? Great.
Yes, we do. Yeah. We have levels, we have media coverage. We do have a tier for each one, and we have had some pretty good sponsorships so far, but we've got a really long way to go.
Yeah. Well, that's excellent. And look, I do know what a hard road this is to raise money for, especially, again, it's a very niche audience in the sense that it's for seniors graduating. And so it's not school wide, and I get it. And every single senior parent has gone through this at TJ and Frederick High in particular. And look, we wish you all the success. We do have, your event is on the Everything Frederick calendar, and with the link through. So we hope you have a huge turnout, and we'll make sure to continue to mention it in upcoming episodes. But we hope April 21st is a huge success, and you guys are able to have all the kids that want to go will be able to attend your Safe and Sane event.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dani. Appreciate it.
We appreciate the time.
Of course. You're happy to do it. All right. So we want to thank those ladies from Frederick High. And I see my good friend, Jennifer Sunday. Let's see if we can add her here. Hey, Jen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So Jennifer is with TJ High School.
Yeah.
So I know you weren't available for this particular meeting that I did with the ladies from Frederick High, but I love that you guys are working together. Tell me how things are going.
Seems to be going pretty good. We've been putting the word out at TJ. We had a meeting last night with our committee, and we got down to the nitty gritty of what we need to get done to get this bingo going and get it to be a successful one. Lewistown has always been a very good venue for bingos.
Yes.
I know that they have another bingo coming up this Sunday, and I'm going to drop off flyers at the hall for our bingo, so people can then, join our bingo too.
Yes. Yeah. The bingo players are, they're a pretty dedicated bunch. And I hope that you guys have a packed house because I know that this is, it's getting down to the wire for both of the schools. And it's a lot of money that you guys have to raise. So we'll continue to promote it. We're actually going to be giving away a pair of tickets to the bingo on Friday, hopefully to push more people to come. But if there's anything else we can do to help you, just let us know.
That's great. I put an ad on a post on Everything Frederick last night about baked goods.
Okay, yes.
So donations for baked goods.
If there are any bakers out there who would be willing to donate a dozen or so cookies, cupcakes, or cakes, last year we made, I think, $300 off of the bake table alone. So that would be wonderful. So yes, if you look for Jennifer Sunday's post on Everything Frederick and more, she definitely would love if you guys would donate baked goods for sure.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Jennifer. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there we go. Our first dial-in live guest. I love it. But look, the Safe Sane is a tough slog, and I really wish them all the best. And I love the fact that the schools are working together because, it just helps. It helps so much. Okay, I'm going to attempt here to share my screen. I'm going to look here at the, let's just see what we got here. Oh, I just shouldn't have done that. All right, here we go. We're going to share our screen. I want to double check the traffic. Let's just see what's happening here. Okay, yeah, wow. Still closed. Road is still closed, 270 southbound. I'm assuming that's been closed since 6:45 this morning. I'm assuming that is going to continue to remain closed for a while to come. I hope to goodness everybody is okay. I did read on Everything Frederick that there was also a 5-car pileup. It looked like it included a school bus, but I have not heard any more about, I haven't heard about any injuries or anything like that. So we're praying that everybody is safe and okay. And avoid 270 southbound at all costs if you can. Also, wanted to chat with you about some really cool things happening. The Humane Society of Carroll County actually has a very cool program. It is called Doggy Day Out Program. You can go pick up a shelter dog and hang out with them from 4 to 24 hours. You can take them out for the day, craft fairs, wherever dogs are allowed. You can have the option to let them spend the night, have a little sleepover with one of the shelter dogs. And it basically what happens is you're able to give feedback to potential adopters and to the shelter to let them know how the dog behaves outside the shelter walls. I don't know if you've ever been to an animal shelter, but for a lot of animals, it's very traumatic because it's loud. It's not a space they're used to. And what a great idea for a program. I've reached out to the Humane Society of Carroll County. Love to talk with them. They're actually in Westminster, but you are, they did post in the Everything Frederick group, so you don't have to be a resident of Carroll County to do this. So if you want a little doggy love for a day, how great is that to go check out the Doggy Day Out program at the Humane Society of Carroll County. I absolutely just love that. I think that's such a great idea. And yeah, I would love, I mean, I might just go do it because my dog has so much anxiety that I can't take her out anywhere. So I would love to see how those doggies do, and perhaps sharing those photos and videos on your socials will help to get that dog adopted. And that's what we love. All right. It is prom season, and like with graduations too, but Everything Frederick and More is collecting to help two groups. Any Frederick County high schooler who wants to attend their prom but don't have the clothes to do it, and also the clients of the Scott Key Center. Those are disabled adults, and they've never had a prom before. So for them, I'm actually throwing their first ever prom on June 5th. And if you have any fancy duds that you've been wanting to donate to a good cause, let me know and I will arrange to get them from you. We are going to make sure that everyone who wants to is able to attend their prom dressed to the nines. Also for the Scott Key Center, I am raising funds to cover the food for the 125 guests. If you can help financially, please go to the scottkeycenter.org and click on the donate button. Also, if you know of anybody with a limousine, a convertible, maybe a classic car, who would be willing to drive around the clients from the Scott Key Center just in the parking lot of Key Stadium, it is June 5th, and it's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you know of anybody who can do that, let me know, please. I would love to get that hooked up for them. I really want to make them feel special. Okay, coming up after the break, we've got just a short break, and we want to thank all of our sponsors of Good Morning Frederick. I introduce you to Sharon Price, and we learn how she's helping people grow and heal in and around Frederick.
All-in-One Events is Frederick's #1 source for event rentals and entertainment. Please visit us on the web at www.aioeventgroup.com or call 1-888-727-8902 for more information.
Okay, thank you so much to All-in-One Events. I don't think, the Goddess Group. We want to also thank them, Shannon Flannery, and the Goddess Group of Goddesses of Real Estate. We love them. And also, coming up yesterday, I was at we're going to call it the Home of Everything Frederick and More, which is located at 401 North Market Street. I was there yesterday. They were installing these awesome tables that'll sit in the windows with some bar stools. And you're going to meet those guys tomorrow. I'll have that on tomorrow's show. Want to thank Sandra from A&S Construction, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business located right here in Frederick. They specialize in roofing, siding, windows, gutters, patios, and decks. Pretty much everything you need for the exterior of your home. Call Sandra at 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. Now, she's got a special offer for Good Morning Frederick viewers. You get $750 off any roof or siding replacement, or $50 off any roof repairs that you schedule through April 30th of this year. Please tell Sandra that Dani sent you. We want to thank A&S Construction for being one of our sponsors. All right. When you're looking around for people doing incredible things in our community, I didn't have to look too far. I call this doing good in the neighborhood. We want to thank Intense Barbecue for sponsoring this segment. Intense Barbecue is family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company, cooking in small batches to ensure the food is the freshest it can be. Find them at intensebarbecue.com. It's IN, the number 10, SE, barbecue.com, and satisfy your meat tooth. And if you've not had their barbecue parfait is just out of this world. I still absolutely love it. Sharon Price has helped thousands of people through her counseling, books, and expos. Her latest one-day retreat is coming up on April 21st, and you can win tickets. Just text SPIRIT to 888-465-2944. That's SPIRIT to 888-465-2944. And here is Sharon. I'm honored to have author Sharon Price with us today to talk about the Spirit program and an event she has coming up. Welcome, Sharon.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. I want to talk a little bit about a very special program to me. The Spirit program actually started in 2004. I had a health and wellness center here in Maryland on 12 acres. And that's where I first started seeing my clients. The program was written between 2002 and 2004. So 10 books became a national course book called Your Toolbox for Life. And it's a transformational program that changes people from the inside out. It's a mind, body, spirit program. And these were tools that really weren't given to people, you know, when they were growing up, or they mimic behaviors that were unhealthy. So it is a coaching wellness program, but it changes you and balances you emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So it's very unique. I'm not only a life coach, but I'm a grief and wellness specialist. And I've been doing my work for many years with people.
Okay, interesting. So kind of give me, as somebody who doesn't have any idea what all of this is, give me kind of the lay of the land. What first, I guess, who is the person that you find comes to these programs?
I have had people from the ages of 15 to the ages of 88 in this program. It has been run in counseling centers. As a grief and wellness specialist, I worked at a counseling center in Newmarket for years at one of my satellite offices. It was down in Energy Gym in Delaware. It's actually been from a wellness center to a counseling center to a fitness center. There's no one and anyone that cannot use these tools. And it's very hard to put into words. That's why we showcase somebody every year that we give the program to, and they give us permission to talk about their life and how it changed them. And it's different for everyone because everyone's perspective on life is different. It changes your inner perspective because people are so busy trying to change everything outside of them, including the people around them, that they neglect themselves. And this teaches them to focus on themselves, focus on their own life, and focus on changing the things about themselves that they can change. And then their outside world changes tremendously.
Wow. I mean, that's amazing advice. And how you've been doing this program for 20 years. I'm sure you've had over that time period, probably thousands of people that have gone through the program or that you've helped. What are some, I guess, stories that you can share about how this has impacted them?
You brought tears to my eyes as you said it, because I can go back and remember the people that won the program and people that have come through. People used to drive an hour and a half just to come for a half-hour session. And I said, you know, you can do this by phone. I was doing virtual work and work even before Zoom when it was done by phone because there was no program like it. So I was doing it in other states. But we had the last winner of the program was a young lady who had a daughter. She was a single mom and she started dating someone. And I'm telling her story because we blogged it for a while. And she made an error because I said if a mistake means I knew better and if I knew it was going to cause this consequences, I wouldn't have done it.
Right.
But her daughter was shy of 16 years old, and the new gentleman she was dating told her to allow her daughter to drive to the store. And she goes, well, I don't want her to do it, but I'm going to go along anyway. So she got in the back seat. They were actually stopped by a police officer. The mother was arrested for this. And she lost everything. She lost custody of her daughter. She went to jail, and she lost her home, and she lost her house. This program was being just like this big event that's coming up on Sunday, April 21st, 2024. We were about to do a program. Her aunt, who knew me from a social network group, knew she was getting out. I had no idea. We used to do it where you had to write in and tell why you wanted this program, what it would do for you. But instead, I thought it wasn't really up to me to do that. I'd let the universe, I'd let God choose, because it really wasn't my place to. And so she brought her to the event that day. The minute, she literally drove her to where we were. And she came to the event, and she actually won out of all of the people there. And her whole life changed. She got a job. She got a home back. She got her daughter back. She got her entire life back. By the time we were done with the 12-week program, she had already accomplished all of that and then was being promoted in her job. And she learned about, she still reaches out. I'm not kidding. It gives me the chills as I talk about it. I'll never forget her because she was so young and impressionable. And, you know, I see this in young people who want to please other people or who want to get along. People want to be loved, but love starts with loving yourself. Self-care, self-love, always doing the right thing when no one's looking, and teaching yourself that that is how we get ahead, that life isn't always going to stay exactly the way it is. But in order for you to go somewhere and for you to have changes in your life and get to the things you've always wanted and dreamed of, you have to work on yourself. And it really requires that. So I've had other people that told me that, you know, they didn't know that what they were doing now in the program prepared them for the losses they had later, because it takes you through the emotional changes and major losses, whether that's the loss of a loved one or a pet or health or a job. The amazing story is I had two 88-year-olds that were couple that actually paid to come through this program when I had it at a fitness club. And it was amazing because we did this whole event again. It brought them in. They paid for it. And I thought, wow, this is going to be interesting. She was very meek and quiet. And the gentleman was always speaking for her. And, you know, she really never spoke up for herself. And he always took the leadership role. He was like, it was an imbalance. And then it was interesting at the end of the 12 weeks, he was softer. She was more outspoken. And she had actually set boundaries for herself. It was amazing to see how their relationships improved, and all your relationships improve. So if they're not meant to be in your life because they're not healthy, then they will wither away. But the healthy ones will come in. It'll make a void, and every void is always filled with something better. That's how I look at it.
So I guess kind of looking back a little bit, so you started in counseling. When did you start writing? Did that come first or second? When?
It is the strangest story. I wrote when I was a child, but never realized the path that I was on was going to lead me here. So the first book I wrote was called Set Yourself Free. It is the last book in the course. I used to be a smoker, and it amazes me when I talk about that, being a health and wellness specialist for as long as I have. And I really believe I understand people that struggle with any kind of addictions because of how hard it is to stop just something that other people that have never done it think is simple. And I wrote that book first in 2002. And I then added the other books to it and had them as all singles, and then put it together as a complete program. It just creatively came to me. I thought I wanted to be an accountant. I started in accounting and business, and I ended up working for a publishing company for many years. That was my first career. I thought, you know, it was so interesting. And it actually taught me so much that I know now about my marketing, my sales, being an author. I had no clue. So my life was built. So people can't see sometimes your life is actually building you up for what you have coming in your future. People think they're stuck, and you're not stuck ever. As soon as you make a choice, you get unstuck.
Yes. So agreed 100% with that. Yes.
Yeah. So about getting stuck, because I want to talk to young people, especially young families.
Yeah, sure.
I meet people that have really struggled in their 40s and 50s and 60s that say, I wish I'd met you sooner. I wish I'd met you years ago. And I said, well, you weren't open to it yet, or it wasn't meant to be. But if you are a young parent and you have children, and you can look back at how you were forced to do things as a child that you didn't enjoy, and you never had a choice, the best thing you can do for your young people, your babies, is give them choices. And when I say choices, it could be as simple as, okay, Kim, what do you want for dinner? Would you like spaghetti or chicken nuggets? And they make a choice. And when they want to dress for school and it's appropriate, you let them pick out their colors or their choices. And it really empowers them. This is what the program does too. It gives you self-confidence. And empowers you in a way that's incredible. One of the books is called Set Yourself Free, and it's all about boundaries. It's all about making choices. So everything from women's health to men's health, to stopping addictions, to emotional imbalancing, to how to sleep better, how to, eat better, how to feel better. It's all part of the 12-week program.
Wow. Okay. So typically it's a 12-week program, and now you've got this one-day event coming up. How is that formulated to fit in kind of with this 12 weeks, or is it a little bit different and it works together?
They actually work together simultaneously. It's a jump start, I call it. And all the material that I'm using this time is brand new. It's from a new book that I'm putting together. It's called Reset Your Brain and Reprogram Your Mind. And that's really how it works. Your brain is like the processor. It's an organ, it's a computer, but your mind can't be seen. It's the intelligent part of you. It comes from your soul. I also say the same thing about the heart. The heart of the soul is not what beats in your chest. It's where your intuition comes from. It's where that, invisible part, how we connect and how we get that gut feeling comes from. And, part of the program teaches that, but we're going to be teaching that day how to, think about yourself differently, how to, get out of negative patterns, how to get out of error thinking, and how to be able to take that and apply it. So everything I do, whether it's a free event in the community, I do them all the time. If anyone sees this segment and wants me to come in and do a presentation, I do one called Coping with Life Changes and Loss. And it helps people tremendously. If I walk away talking to a group and I never get a client from it, that doesn't matter to me. I feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose, but this serves a purpose. And this event's also a 2-for-1, because we want people to encourage other people to participate. So you get 2 tickets for $99. You can buy a ticket and bring a friend. It's a hot meal that day. It runs from 10 to 5. Registration's at 9. It's at the Claggett Center. It's the most beautiful setting that you could be in. It's a big retreat center here, right outside of the city of Frederick. It's in Buckingham, Adamstown. And it is going to be a spectacular day, and you'll collaborate and be with other people that are there to learn similar things. And then you have an opportunity to win this package along with every other service I provide. So it equals about $1,000 worth of services and programs.
Amazing. What's the easiest way for people to get their tickets?
For them to remember, the easiest is to go to www.getintothespirit.org. And then you can also go to, both websites go to the same place. They land the same place. But if you remember my name, Author Sharon Price, it's www.authorsharonprice.com. So either way, you'll get to it. And you can click on the Spirit Expo and you'll find out more information.
Very good. Well, we will share those websites on the screen when we get this. And we really appreciate what you're doing for people, because resetting people sometimes is a great thing. When you are open to some of those things and you're able to kind of reset your life and change that path, we wish all those people and you the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's an amazing experience when you're fulfilled by watching people's lives change right in front of you, and how proud they are of themselves and how their confidence grows. But it's never too old and never too late, I tell people, to make a change.
I love that. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us today, and I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Absolutely. All right, we want to thank Sharon Price. I just think that is fantastic information. I think her expo is going to be a wonderful time. If you'd like to win tickets to her expo on April 21st, just text SPIRIT to 888-465-2944. I think it's going to be a spectacular day. And if you're going through something rough, she specializes in grief and all of those things. If you've hit a bump in the road, might be a perfect time just to reset and get on the right path. Okay, happenings in Frederick. Boy, let me just tell you, there is a ton of stuff going on right now. I have updated the calendars. So if you have submitted an event, hopefully it is there. I'm going to look at, I don't know if I can look at today or not, but look at all these, especially this weekend. All right. If you want to text your details of your event to 888-465-2944, or just text the word calendar to that number, 888-465-2944, and you'll get a link directly to this calendar here. It's going to be perfect for you all year long. If the kids got a day off of school, or summer is coming and you're looking for fun stuff to do, and the weather's getting nicer, all you got to do is come to this calendar, click on the day, and find some great stuff. Okay, today, the Dream Exhibition opens at District Arts, and it continues through most of the month of April. Tomorrow, the classic movie Field of Dreams is playing at the Weinberg, and you can also watch the second episode of Top 5, where Marco and I go over the top 5 posts of the week in the Everything Frederick and More group. This Friday, it is Superheroes Bingo to benefit the American Cancer Society Relay for Life of Frederick County. And Diana the Musical is playing at Way Off Broadway Theater as well. Sometimes you got to click here. Look, we got tons of stuff on the Friday. This weekend, on Saturday, it's Swiftioki. That's happening at, where is that? That is at Dream Free Art at 6 p.m. So that is going to be a cool event. And then Sunday, Newmarket Cars and Coffee Season Opener, expected to be one of the largest car shows in the area. And then, of course, we've got Super Sunday. If you haven't purchased your tickets yet, I think they still have tickets available. That benefits the Frederick Rescue Mission. And, of course, you can come see me at Hood College Arena at 3 p.m. The Frederick Flying Cows take on Montreal. Doors open at 2. It's a 3 o'clock game. I would love to see you out there. Get your tickets at goflyingcows.com. Also, you want to grab your tickets for Battle of the Bands coming on the 27th of this month. You can get your tickets for that at botbfrederick.com. And of course, if you get the calendar, all the links are in here so that you can check it all out and get whatever you might need information-wise. And if you have to purchase tickets and all that good stuff, you can get it on the calendar. So, oh boy. And if you want, also, you can email everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. Okay, we want to thank Shift, Work, and Play. It is Frederick's one and only co-working space designed for those working parents with young children. It's a great way to get some focus on for 3 hours while your children are in supervised play. And let me just tell you, you guys know, if you can sit down for 3 hours uninterrupted while your kids are safe and being entertained and entertaining themselves, there is nothing better. My kids were 4 and 2 when I started my first company, and boy, do I wish Shift, Work, and Play was around at that time. If you book a 3-hour play session, it includes planned activity plus open-ended child-led play. Shift, Work, and Play has meeting rooms, dedicated desks, and private offices. And those private offices actually have 24-hour access. Shift, Work, and Play is located close to downtown on Northeast Street. You can book a tour today. Check it out for yourself. It is beautiful inside. You will love it. shiftworkandplay.com. And recently, I just started a new company called Promo Circus. I named it that because starting a business is like being the ringmaster of a 3-ring circus. Promo Circus is a marketing consulting company helping businesses make the most of every marketing dollar and taking advantage of the many ways to remain top of mind in a very competitive world. I specialize mostly in events and promotions as well as some traditional marketing. This program, though, Good Morning Frederick, and the program on Thursday nights, the Top 5, are just 2 of the efforts I'm doing to do my part to help raise awareness for local businesses. So if your company needs a little help, or you want to sponsor one of these programs or have your advertisement in it, please let me know. I would love to keep this all going. Small business does keep this town moving and growing, and I love it when somebody truly loves what they do. And in today's Market Maker, we meet somebody who had an idea over the pandemic that has grown into quite a great business. So, Market Makers. We want to thank the Frederick Flying Cows for sponsoring this segment. They're back in Frederick this Sunday at Hood College, again, taking on Montreal at 3 o'clock. Get your tickets now at goflyingcows.com. I did meet this market maker early on in the pandemic, and I'm going to have to pull up his video. He is now going to be featured in a Macy's upcoming store showing, which is awesome. I just think that's amazing. I want to introduce you to Javier from TOA Waters. Happy to have Javier from TOA Waters here today to kind of tell us about the bubble bath business, right? And your growth and everything along the way. So TOA Waters, amazing bubble bath and bathing products. And you started just around COVID, right? Yeah. Tell us how that happened.
Yes, so during COVID, I realized there was something really missing in the market. And the whole premise behind the company is breaking gender stereotypes in the bathroom. So when COVID hit, I was practicing for triathlons, and I remember looking online of bubble baths that didn't smell like roses and sliced cucumbers. And I noticed everything out on the market smelled like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I wanted something different, something unique. As I mentioned, like I was doing triathlons, I was very active, and after training, like I enjoyed taking a bubble bath and did not want to smell like a bouquet of flowers. Yeah. So during COVID, just like everybody else with having like ample time on their hands, I went ahead and tried to make my own bubble baths. And that's where TOA Waters was created. I paired it with really great ingredients. So it has organic coconut milk, aloe, B vitamins. I wanted stuff that hydrates the skin, not dries me out.
Yes.
And then more importantly, I wanted to have bubbles.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to smell really good.
Yeah.
And that's where I came up with all these unique combinations and scents: agave, citrus, cedarwood, different like spices.
Yeah.
So when I showed it to friends and family, they loved it. So I decided, all right, well, if I like it, I think people of Frederick would like it and beyond. So that's where we are.
That's amazing. And, you know, all of that research and understanding the product and the value and the ingredient list has obviously paid off because it's hugely successful. You continue to grow. What I love about it is it has a very luxurious feel to it. It's very, it's thick and it just kind of envelops you, right? Yeah. Like you say, it's not that weak kind of, you don't have to dump a half a bottle in to get those bubbles that you really like. The scenting process is so fascinating to me because I'm the same. I don't like florals. I don't like those kind of scents. I like very low key, or I don't know, they're complicated, but not, you know, typically feminine scents. And this is what I love about what you guys have done. Things like mandarin and Brazilian rosewood and cedarwood and spruce, like those sorts of scents combined together. Sometimes you don't think, oh, what's that going to be like? How is that process?
That's the fun part, you know, and I draw a lot of inspiration either from like my past or things that I enjoy. So Our best seller is Lockwood Forest. This one has sage, oak moss, and lavender, and this one's inspired after the Appalachian Trail. I love hiking, I love the outdoors, so I had to create a bubble bath that really mimicked what I felt was the northern section of the Appalachian Trail. So that's this one. And then the other one that I need to point out, which is my personal favorite, is Havana. So my background is Cuban, and I wanted to make a bubble bath that honors my heritage. So this is going to sound odd, but just go with me.
Okay.
I made a bubble bath that reminded me of growing up at my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
And it's not like it smells of like old folks or anything, but it has a lot of those rich Cuban spices. So it has rum, sandalwood, guava. It's just a really beautiful mix.
Now, the last time I was here, you hadn't even bottled this yet. You were just messing around with that scent, and it is literally my favorite. This is when I said you need room sprays, which I hope are coming soon. But yeah, I think the process of getting that right is so important, right? Because it really is what gives you that experience when you're bathing in a tub with bubbles. You kind of get surrounded by that. And TOA Waters, that comes from your heritage as well, right?
Yeah, so it's named after the Toa River in Cuba, which is considered the mightiest river in Cuba. And that, one, is a nod to my heritage. And then two, it also embodies what the company's about, breaking gender stereotypes. So I wanted something strong and powerful like the Toa River, which is considered the mightiest river in Cuba.
Yeah, I love that. All right, so can you share with us what might be coming over the horizon? Because you've done so many things. You've participated in the Macy's showcase, which is excellent. What's coming next in the immediate future?
Yeah, so we have a lot of exciting things in the horizon. We're definitely listening to our customer base. We've gotten advice from you in particular as well. So we are going to be expanding our product line. We're experimenting with, like you mentioned earlier, different room sprays. People love the fragrance and they want to have it in their different rooms other than their bathrooms.
Yeah.
We're also looking at hand soaps. There's honestly, the possibilities are endless.
They really are. And I love that you've kind of stuck with one thing first and kind of realized, okay, this is what we need. Instead of launching this huge line from the start and trying to do too much, it might not have been as good. But if you haven't ordered yet, TOAWaters.com, they have a really great sampler pack, which comes with 5 cents and a loofah, right? In one little container, first of all, not even just for yourself, but if you're looking for a housewarming gift or a shower gift or whatever you need, it's perfect. You can order right online, have it delivered, or find you at one of the many fairs, festivals, or shows that you attend. And then when are you at Macy's in New Jersey?
So we are helping them out with a grand opening with a boutique store in New Jersey, and we're going to be there in April. And all that information's on our website.
Yes, so check out the website, TOAWaters.com, for all the information. But we are so proud that you're part of the Frederick community. I know you're going to put this city on the map with TOA Waters, and we really look forward to the future.
Thank you.
Okay, so head to TOAWaters.com and get those sampler packs to keep in your gift closets. You know you have one. I have a whole dresser. That's that one place where you store all the stuff you've purchased for that birthday that you missed or an anniversary you forgot or anything like that. So TOA Waters, really proud of Javier. All right, I need your help. We're looking for your recommendations. Fill out the hand-picked survey. It's not a voting contest, but I'm going to be posting a list of all the recommendations that you make. I'm going to post the list in May. We will obviously continue to update it as new recommendations come about, but it's going to be a great place for people to go. And when they ask for, hey, do you know of a plumber? Or where's the best place to get a burger? Or who has the best steak? So you can either scan those codes if you can freeze on your screen, or you can go to those bit.ly links. Make sure you use the right case. They are case sensitive. So the upper E, upper F, and upper C for calendar, or upper H for handpicked. Okay, on to, the Everything Frederick calendar. I need your events, especially to keep people busy. All right, on tomorrow's show. I know this one ran a little bit longer than normal, so thank you for sticking around. I chat with Tad Janes from the Met, the Maryland Ensemble Theater, and I'll be giving away a pair of tickets to an upcoming show. Plus, I'm chatting with Crazy Karen Wolcott about Relay for Life of Frederick County, and you'll also meet Casey Ryerson. She helps people find the best aged care. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. Until then, search for Everything Frederick Live on TikTok and YouTube, and you can follow me on TikTok at DaniGirl1124. Have a great day, Frederick, and let's be great out there.